A photo showing dozens of Wisconsin students giving what looks like a Nazi salute continues to get international attention. Now city leaders are determined to show good in their community.
And a day after the prom photo surfaced, the FBI releases new data showing a spike in hate crimes over the last year nationwide.
This is News 3 at 6.
The small city of Baraboo caught international attention yesterday because of this high school prom photo. It appears to show a group of students doing a Nazi salute. The photographer says he told the boys to wave, but one of the only students not posing that way says his classmates meant to do the salute as a joke. Amanda Quintana in downtown Baraboo with what the city thinks could be done to change a reputation that has turned negative overnight. Amanda?
Yes, well, before yesterday, it's fair to say that many of the people across the world didn't know very much about this small city of just 12,000. But now the city of Baraboo is linked to that photo. The mayor tells me he was devastated when he saw it, but he thinks some good can come out of it. It can be a teaching moment. The picture now seen across the world. About 50 Baraboo High School boys posing before junior prom, most of them appearing to do a Nazi salute.
We have worked very, very hard over the last 6 years to make Baraboo very inviting and very inclusive. Obviously, some of that has failed based on this picture. So we have a lot of work to do.
Mayor Mike Palm says that picture is not Baraboo. His favorite example of the city's pride, the dedication of a World War I memorial on Saturday.
I'm a veteran, so that spoke really, really strongly to me. Probably my best day as mayor. I come into work Monday morning, and it's my worst.
Now that picture is all many across the world know about this small town.
Am I disgusted? Absolutely. Am I disappointed? Yes. Am I angry? Yes.
But some residents believe it's been taken out of context without hearing from the boys.
I don't feel like I even have enough information yet about what happened that day to have a solid opinion on what it was that took place.
Supposedly the kids were asked to wave, and it just happened to be unfortunate that photograph caught them at the end of their wave.
But Palm says whether the intention was there or not, the picture is out there, and it's launched a grassroots movement to educate and change the narrative, planning a community forum to figure out how.
These people on their own are coming out and saying enough is enough. We want to make sure that Baraboo doesn't portray this type of image moving forward.
That forum is at the Civic Center here in downtown Baraboo at 6:30 on Thursday. The mayor told me that Jewish leaders in the community have also come forward to say that they will hold a talk with other religious leaders to get some education out there. The mayor also said that this city is mostly white and he thinks it needs more diversity so that people are more cognizant of other races, religions, and cultures.
Amanda, thank you. And coming up in 7 minutes, a local man who wrote a book about the Holocaust will share his thoughts on the Baraboo prom photo.
Religious hate crimes more than doubled in our state between 2016 and 2017. That is according to new numbers out today from the FBI. News 3's Rose Schmidt shares what this means for Wisconsin.
That's right. Well, anti-Semitic incidents are increasing across the country. In our state, religious bias was the largest motivating factor for hate crimes in 2017, something local religious leaders are concerned about. The controversial photograph of Baraboo High School students appearing to do a Hitler salute isn't necessarily being called a hate crime, but local Jewish leaders say it shows the education of the Holocaust is clearly lacking. During that time, 90% of Jewish people in Europe were decimated. Rabbi Andrea Steinberger from UW-Madison Hillel says it's possible some of the Baraboo students were not aware of what the gesture means or how offensive that symbol is, but that doesn't necessarily make it okay.
Let's take this opportunity to say that is not something we want to be proud of in Wisconsin, that students who are in their teens wouldn't know about what that action means or the amount of atrocity that action led to in very recent history.
Religious groups say they are particularly concerned about hate crimes within schools because a quarter of all the recorded anti-Jewish incidents in Wisconsin happened among students or on campus, similar to the event in Baraboo, which did not happen on school grounds. For the entire year of 2017, there were only 46 hate crimes reported in our state, which Rabbi Steinberger says seems low, but it could mean that many crimes aren't being reported either to law enforcement or to the FBI.
Rose, thank you.
Turning to weather now. Nice to see the sun. Still a little on the cool side. Looking for at least a little warm up, Dave Caulfield.
Well, Eric, I think over the next couple of days, temperatures will be slightly warmer, but today highs came in about 20 to 25 degrees below where we should be for this time of year, and that cold stretch is continuing into tonight. Downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam looking at mostly clear skies. Temperatures are in the teens already in the Wisconsin Dells, 21 in Madison, 25 one of the warmer spots in Janesville, and 20 in Platteville. Wind speeds not too bad, so that's at least good news. Wind chills aren't overly anything that we need to be concerned about. However, still out of the north and west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, making it feel like the single digits north of Madison. So for this evening, temperatures falling through the 20s into the middle teens, staying cold and mostly clear. Coming up, we'll talk about slightly warmer temperatures and our next chance of some snowflakes visiting southern Wisconsin in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Dave, thank you. Firefighter union leaders are asking the Verona fire chief to resign after an investigation revealed complaints from dozens of fire department staff.
Those complaints were for things like mismanagement and creating a hostile work environment. Chief Joseph Giver has been chief for the last 8 years and was not available for comment today regarding this investigation. But News 3's Jamie Perez spoke with the firefighters union and has more details into what the investigation report consisted of. Jamie?
All right, so the union says that they asked the city to conduct a third-party investigation after they had some serious allegations of misconduct by members of the Verona Fire Department command staff. Now, after interviewing more than 25 members from the fire department, here's what was found in that report.
Chief Giver has been an abject failure, and his incompetence is undeniable.
After reading through a report that showed what a third-party investigation found regarding Chief Giver's management,
We have called for his resignation.
Giver has been chief at the Verona Fire Department for the last 8 years. So what caused the fuel for this fire?
Chief Giver decided to discipline one of our members, which we considered overly harsh given the circumstances.
And that sparked an even bigger flame.
We had received a lot of reports, allegations of misconduct and assault by the members of the command staff. We submitted those allegations in writing to the city on June 5th.
Though that was just this year, Ted says he believes this has been going on the entire time Giver has been chief. He says things like
Intimidation, fear,
are the driving forces behind why no one has spoken up before. Dozens of firefighters agreed to voice their concerns as long as they could remain anonymous for fear of retaliation.
Were there any firefighters in this questioning that spoke positively of him?
Not according to the report.
And Ted said that report wasn't easy to get a hold of.
We had to dig for that and ask the mayor specifically for it. They did not provide that with us with that report right away.
Why is that?
We suspect because of how condemning it is for Chief Giver and the fire administration of Verona.
Chief Giver was not available to provide comment, but Ted said it's in the hands of the Police and Fire Commission to take action at this point.
We did let the city know that we'd be going public.
How did they respond to that?
The mayor said he understood our concerns.
And the mayor said that this report is simply a compilation of general comments made by staff and not necessarily an analysis of what the Riesling Group found in that investigation. The mayor also said that he's spoken with Chief Giver about these, quote, solvable problems in a press release that he outlined the actions they're taking moving forward. Let's pull those up. It states the fire department will establish a mission, vision, and strategic plan. The fire department will undergo a policy review to update their policies, including professional standards. The department will also have harassment, discrimination, and retaliation training, as well as cultural sensitivity and interpersonal communication training. And the city will continue to monitor the fire department work environment to ensure a professional culture. Now, the press release also said that Chief Giver is fully supportive of these efforts. A full statement from the city can be found on our website. That's channel3000.com.
Jamie, thank you.
The legislature's Finance Committee has approved Governor-elect Tony Evers' transition budget. He asked the state for more than $94,000 to cover the salaries of 7 positions, some equipment, supplies, travel, and legal services. State law requires joint finance convene within a week of the election to approve a transition budget for any incoming governor. The money comes out of the governor's office appropriation. The Finance Committee approved close to $83,000 for Governor Scott Walker 8 years ago and more than $87,000 for Governor Jim Doyle in 2002. While the state's report card shows some improvement in local school districts, absenteeism is a growing problem in Wisconsin. The State Department of Public Instruction released the latest report cards today. They measure performance of the schools in more than 400 districts. In total, nearly 84% of schools met or exceeded expectations. That's up from about 82% each of the previous 2 years. We took the time to look up the grade for several major districts in our area. We also have a way for you to see how your child's school ranked, and you can find it at channel3000.com.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, yet one taken in Baraboo has some speechless.
But a local author is using that photo to have important conversations. He's talking to us about his book detailing his family's ties to the Holocaust. That's next at 6.
Welcome back. It's a photo that has many people upset and others debating the significance of the gesture.
But for those with relatives who survived the Holocaust, it takes on a new meaning. News 3's Adam Duxter spoke with a UW-Whitewater professor emeritus whose book details his family's Holocaust experience and joins us now with what he's saying about the events in Baraboo. Adam.
Well, Charlotte and Eric, Ronberger lost his grandparents in the Holocaust, but his dad and uncle were able to survive. Now, the professor emeritus from UW-Whitewater travels to the Midwest to share their story. And today I spoke with him about the prom photo from Baraboo gaining national attention. Photos like this one are a glimpse into what Ronberger's family looked like before the Holocaust. It was in the Holocaust that his grandparents died while his uncle and father fought to survive as young boys.
My father survived within the concentration camp system, including Auschwitz, and experienced a horrific winter death march as the Nazis evacuated.
However, Berger says people weren't always interested in hearing from a survivor.
The idea of a Holocaust survivor as someone who we might respect and want to hear their stories did not exist.
Now, Berger travels the Midwest to share his dad's story of survival. He says recently he's seen that people have a harder time grasping the severity of the Holocaust. What happened in Baraboo, just the latest example.
I would have to explain to them what that meant, and that it's not something that they should be making a joke about. And I would ask them why they even thought to do something like that.
But says rather than disciplining the students involved, he would like to teach them about the significance of what they did.
We could have a conversation about what the Holocaust was, and we could have a conversation about American racism and these similarities to what happened here.
And tonight, Berger is at the Hedberg Library in Janesville to talk about his book and says he will hold a question and answer session afterwards. He says that he sees younger people generally knowing less about the subject.
Seems to happen sometimes as time goes by. We appreciate his thoughts tonight. Adam, thank you.
We are used to hearing about blood donations being down in the winter, but the Red Cross says it's seeing a major shortage right now. How you can help next at 6.
Temperatures in some spots will fall into the mid-teens tonight, and some snow is possible heading into this weekend. My forecast coming up right after this.
Infant mortality continues to be an issue that disproportionately affects the African American community in Dane County.
And that's why the Dane County Safe Sleep Initiative is partnering again with the African American Council of Churches, getting the word out about safe sleeping and offering help to new parents through a Safe Sleep Sabbath this Sunday.
So November 18th is our day that we all will celebrate in our churches. They will preach about it. They will pray about it. We will have demonstrations in their churches regarding keeping our African-American babies safe and making sure they're in a safe environment for sleep.
And just last year, black babies were twice as likely to be born at a low birth weight than white babies in Dane County.
The American Red Cross needs people to donate blood. The organization is facing a severe blood shortage right now and is looking for volunteer blood drive hosts. The shortage is partially due to fewer blood drives during September and October, and with Hurricanes Michael and Florence, thousands of blood and platelet donations went uncollected. We have information on how you can help online at channel3000.com.
Meteorologist Dave Caulfield joined us now with a look at our first alert forecast. Dave?
Well, Eric, temperatures will be getting warmer over the next couple of days, but right now we are still socked in with that cold weather. High pressure going to rescue us a little bit and bring us some more sunshine tomorrow, but until that gets here, the cold weather sticking around. Any low pressure system well off in either direction, so kind of quiet over us right now. We don't need to worry about any precipitation until we get to later this weekend. But save for a couple of days so far this November, it has been a very cold start to the month. Already our monthly temperature departure is about 5.5 degrees below where we should be, and that's not even counting today when we're probably going to get about a -16 or a -17 up there. So a very cold start. We could use some slightly warmer air, and that does arrive by the time we get to tomorrow, and especially on Thursday. High temperatures today were in the mid-20s. Not lows, highs, when we could feel that outside, especially with that wind at times. Very chilly November day. Downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam, 20 degrees below normal. Our highs were today, compared to what we should be at this time of year. Temperatures right now are even colder than that in the upper teens in the Dells, 21 in Madison, 25 in Janesville, and 23 in Mineral Point. Wind speeds not too bad, but still bringing in some chilly air from the north and west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So it feels like these single digits in Watoma, Camp Douglas, feeling like 11 in the Dells, and feeling like 15. Great Taylor Swift song in Madison. High temperature trend for the week ahead. Not much better, although some slight improvement and closer to normal on Thursday. But then as we head into the weekend, we are fighting to get to that freezing mark into Monday and Tuesday. And the week of Thanksgiving, it does seem like possibly some moderating temperatures do come our way, maybe a warmer turkey for some of us. We're in a split flow pattern, or we're set to be in a split flow pattern. And once we're in kind of the middle of these two jet streams, typically some milder temperatures come our way, but also sometimes when we get this set up, we can also get some quick systems to come through, and that also looks likely as we head into next week, but we'll keep an eye on that. Tonight, mostly clear, quite cold temperatures in the teens. For tomorrow, we're above the freezing mark. Yay! Not as cold, mostly sunny, temperatures in the mid-30s. So future tracks staying pretty quiet over the next couple of days. We don't need to worry about anything falling from the sky, but temperatures will be falling through the 30s tomorrow into the 20s, so not as cold, and I do think we'll touch 40 and be in the low to mid-40s as we head into Thursday. After that, those temperatures turn chilly once again into the weekend, and we do have a chance of seeing possibly some snowflakes Friday into Saturday.
Well, Thanksgiving is next week. That means bowl season is around the corner. So where do the Badgers stand right now for the postseason? We'll show you everything next in sports. Starting with some hoops tonight, the Badgers men's basketball team with its first road test of the season at Xavier. The Musketeers are on a 41-game home win streak against non-conference opponents, that record dating back to December 22nd, 2012. Now, Wisconsin, no stranger to Xavier. The two teams faced each other in the NCAA tournament in 2016 when Bronson Koenig, right there, whose birthday is today, by the way, nailed that three-pointer in the corner to win the game for the Badgers as time expired. They also played each other last year at the Kohl Center. The Musketeers won that game by 10 points. So right now the Badgers are up by 2, and what a difference a healthy Demetric Trice and Brad Davison make. Trice on fire so far in this game. He's perfect from 3. Ethan Happ leading the way with 12 points, 6 rebounds, but Xavier making a 12-4 run before halftime. Again, Badgers, they're up by 2 at the half right now. Thanksgiving next week, the holiday season right around the corner, so that means bowl season, of course. Wisconsin is bowl eligible with a 6-4 record and 2 games left in the regular season. So here are the projections from the various sources so far for those of you who want to think ahead to your holiday plans. Quite a few votes for the Pinstripe Bowl, which would be on December 27th at Yankee Stadium, as well as the Gator Bowl on New Year's Eve in Jacksonville, Florida. The Red Box Bowl, that's a new bowl this year, is at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, home of the 49ers. That game would be on New Year's Eve as well. Now, as for the players, they've thought about this stuff, but still know that there are 2 more chances to get better.
I think guys are kind of just now exploring it, just now thinking about it. It's kind of being thrown around, talked about it a little bit. But biggest, challenge this week is Purdue. It's a good football team. Still football left, still a few more opportunities left. Got to maximize it and want to win them, obviously. So I think that's the biggest focus.
Well, Kentrell Bryce, Randall Cobb, Kevin King, and Nick Perry among the players that did not participate in practice at the Don Hudson Center today ahead of Thursday's game against the Seahawks. Those 4 players will not travel to Seattle with the team tomorrow. 1 practice left until Thursday night football, and while most of the players don't really enjoy the short week, they just know they have to roll with it, for now at least.
It's tough for the older guys like myself. Tuesday is a great rehab day and a personal day to get your body back, and in her most of the day practicing and walkthroughs and meetings and stuff. But that's the way the NFL's done it, and they enjoy the Thursday games. Maybe something to talk about when the next CBA comes up.
Well, it's official. Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell will not play football for the rest of this season. He did not report to Steelers headquarters by 3 o'clock this afternoon, which was the deadline for him to play this season on the franchise tag. And because of that, he left $14.5 million on the table. Last year, he missed training camp because he and the team couldn't agree on a contract and eventually played on a $12.12 million tag. But he won more this year and missing games and turning down a 5-year, $70 million contract, guys. It's a lot of money,
But more important,
good
I
decisions.
picked him first.
In your fantasy
No, you didn't.
Yep. First pick.
You're still better than me in the standings, Dave.
Well, Charlotte's killing
Everyone
all
is.
of us, for sure.
Remember that.
And this weather is tough to handle, like that draft pick, but a little bit warmer tomorrow with highs above freezing in the mid-30s. As we take a look at that 7-day, a little bit warmer still on Thursday.
Thanks for joining us for News 3 at 6.
Have a great evening. We'll see you back here at 10.